Hey guys, this is Shravan Kumar again from Love for Deadlift. Today I thought I will do a new workout or a video explaining, basically giving you an overview of the west side of the conjugate style training. Now, this is a very unique program. It's run and tested by some very good, great world level powerlifters. Of course, the inventor is Louis Simmons, who's the inventor of this program. And I if you really need to know a lot of this program, probably you should watch his videos, buy his ebooks, or Dave Tate, his YouTube channel, Elite FTS. These are some of the big guys who have run this program and have been very successful. I am just going to give you an overview of this program. Westside Barbell or Conjugate, what does this do? This usually takes your workout into multiple approaches. Now, you have four approaches or four cycles or four types of training in this. One is a max effort, one is a dynamic effort or a speed effort, and one is a repetition effort, and one is GPP or metabolic conditioning. Let's start with the max effort. Max effort is you take 6 exercise. Okay, you have two max effort days per week. One is a upper max effort day and one is a lower max effort day. On your upper max effort day is most rounds around up to your bench press exercises. So for instance, you say week 1 you're going to max out on your close grip bench press, flat bench press. Week 2 maybe wide grip. Week 3 maybe with bands. So you take 6 weeks and you max out on each exercises, and the next time when you're starting the cycle you want to add 5 or 10% more weight to it. Now how do you gain strength through it? For instance, the second week I run a max of a exercise, maybe an incline bench press, and I fail to do the max. My training max. There's a lot of difference between your real 1 rep max and your training max. Training max is usually 85% to 90% at most the max of your actual 1 rep max. For instance, if my 1 rep max on the deadlift is 365 pounds, my training max may be only 330 pounds. So that's how the max effort work happens. You ramp up and you do one all out set of 1 rep up to your utmost max. Now next comes is the dynamic effort. Dynamic effort is, for example, a upper body dynamic effort day. A basic overview of that would be, you for instance, you take your bench press and you add additional resistance to it. First of all, you need to do this bench press or would be 50% of your 1 rep max. For instance, if my bench press is 225 pounds, I would put 115 pounds to my bench press and I would add additional resistance to it. The additional resistance can be chains or bands, but what really helps here is your bands, because what you're trying to do with speed work is you're trying to increase the speed of the range of motion. Now if you add a band to the barbell, it's going to increase the tension during the easiest part of the movement, that is during the lockout. Now this specifically the eccentric, because of the band tension the speed increases, so which means that you're actually training your body in the right way and you're trying to increase the speed, because this was invented by Louis. His philosophy of this is if you're trying to max out, speed work is very important, because a heavy weight needs two things to be moved. One is speed and one is strength. The strength is already being targeted with the max effort training. Now speed, you have a separate day which is the dynamic effort. Then you have something called as the repetition method. The repetition method is, for example, you combine few body parts. Maybe, for instance, this is just a hypothetical example. Maybe your back and your glutes are your weakness. Because of your back weakness, you're not able to increase strength on your bench press, and because of your glute weakness, you're not able to increase your deadlift or squat. You take the repetition method and do smaller exercises. For instance, for back, maybe a seated row or lat pull down, and I do higher reps, maybe 10 reps, 15 reps, 5 to 6 sets on my off days. Or for maybe the glutes, maybe it's a glute bridge or cable pull through, I do higher reps to increase hypertrophy in that body part, so that I'm able to increase my training 1 rep max on the max effort days. The next thing is your it is your metabolic conditioning work, or your GPP, or your general physical preparedness. This is to just, it's it's another word for cardio. So, but the difference between this and cardio is that mostly you'll be using body weight exercises or conditioning exercises, maybe slamming a hammer on a tire, or farmers who are carrying two heavy dumbbells or barbells and walking over a certain period of time to increase your metabolic conditioning, or in simple terms, to keep you in shape. They use all these four methods together, which is called as the conjugate method, the conjugate style. For instance, how a basic program would look like is you have two max effort days and you have two dynamic effort days. For instance, Monday and Wednesday will be my max effort. Monday will be my max effort upper, Wednesday will be my max effort lower. On Monday, I will do the bench press, I will max out, and after that, immediately after that, I will find out the weak link in my bench press. Maybe it's triceps, maybe it's shoulders, maybe it's back, and I would do accessory exercises or assistance exercises which will help my bench press. Same thing would go to the lower body exercise. And on the dynamic effort, you do the same thing where you add in exercises which fixes your weak link. Alright guys, but if you're really trying to know more of about the program, I think you should visit Louis Simmons or Westside Barbell's website, or check through their ebooks. This was just an overview of the program. I myself have run the program. This program has really helped me push up my overhead press. I use this for my overhead press. It really worked. I know overhead press is not being used by them, but this really helped bring up my overhead press. Maybe you should try it. Thank you once again for tuning into my channel. Please like and subscribe.